Hi hearties, welcome back to Teacup Trail. We are on part 2 of episode 5 of season 8. I hope you enjoyed the first part, but I hope you're doing well. The holiday season is upon us, and in America we have Thanksgiving around the corner. That's crazy. Time is flying by really fast as usual. And in New England right now, it's like freezing cold, and I do not look forward to that. But at least the holiday season is here, and I'm trying to enjoy it because I know time flies by. And I hope you're enjoying the holiday season so far. We should get started with the first scene, but before I let you go, there was one moment little Jack held a stuffed animal, a horse, in his hand, and he was sitting on Elizabeth's lap. And when I rewatched this episode, I was like, that's kind of like a foreshadow, like kind of like a clue of what to next. And then the next scene is Lucas asking Elizabeth if she wanted to go on a morning horseback ride together. So I don't know if you see what I see, but I thought it was pretty interesting.
Hello.
You're out early.
I thought you might like to take a brisk morning ride with me.
Why not?
When I first watched this the first time, I was like, this is so random because it must mean something important for Lucas to show up on the doorstep in the morning with 2 horses behind him. Elizabeth has the graduation ceremony, right? She busy prepping for the day, and she has little Jack. She could have said no to Lucas. She liked the idea, and she said yes to him, and I'm pretty sure Lucas was happy to hear her say yes, because not only is a moment spent together alone, but also she willing to take a time out of her day, out of her morning, to have a conversation with him. Elizabeth giggling, and she looked really happy to be racing against Lucas in this playful and competitive horseback race to a secret location that we don't know yet. And then one part of the race, she mentioned to him, like, keep up, and you can see that she was taking the lead, and Lucas was just right behind her.
Well, I would like to attend the ceremony this afternoon. I don't believe I will. I'm sure that you and I spending time together, it could be difficult for Nathan. Today's celebration should be about him and Allie, and I wouldn't want anything overshadowing that.
Like, I can see Lucas going to the ceremony and be there to support Elizabeth. Lucas decided not to go, and Elizabeth at first, like, why are you not going? Like, what reason do you have to not go? And it looked like she really wanted him to be there, and then Lucas explained, and he mentioned about Nathan. Lucas is like in the middle of a challenging, tricky situation while trying to start this new romantic relationship with Elizabeth, but at the same time, he knows and he is aware that there's still an intervention, and that is Nathan. Like, he doesn't want to make it even more awkward for himself, Elizabeth, and Nathan. So he willing to make that sacrifice to skip the ceremony and allow Nathan and Allie to enjoy it themselves and allow Elizabeth to give the full attention to Nathan and Allie. And that's just a beautiful and really nice gesture that Lucas is showing to Nathan and Allie. And Nathan and Allie, I'm pretty sure they never knew that Lucas did not show up for that reason. And Elizabeth admire Lucas' good heart, and she's just like, wow, you're willing to do that. Elizabeth knows that there's still some open door with Nathan. Like, they really never had a closure. Like, the way that big conversation ended, Elizabeth just like abruptly left Nathan after he told her that he loved her, and they really never talk about it again. She skipped over that at the parent-teacher meeting at her house because she wanted to focus on Allie's education and her future. So there's still some closer that need to be met between Nathan and Elizabeth, and Lucas knows that no matter what happened with him and Elizabeth, Nathan will still be around. So Lucas trying to have boundaries, like he's trying to have the boundary of having a relationship with Elizabeth, but at the same time, he respects Nathan as who he is, and Nathan's friendship with Elizabeth, and that parent-teacher relationship between Nathan and Elizabeth about Allie. So it's a really tricky and challenging circumstance for Lucas to be in, and I'm pretty sure he thought about this very deeply and he came to this conclusion, and it shows his good character. Like, he didn't have to do that, you know. Like, he hears so much about other people, and he hears so much for Allie. I think more than that, he hears for Allie, and a big day that day will be for her as she graduates. And if you remember the moment that Lucas and Allie had so far, you can see there's some connection between Lucas and Allie. So, and Lucas really good with his too, so he understands Allie upbringing and how much she went through as a kid, and this day is really important for her.
You are being very thoughtful.
Besides, I do have you all to myself tonight at dinner at the saloon.
I'm looking forward to it.
Lucas knows that he is not losing anything. He still have that opportunity to be with Elizabeth. And to be honest, having a date with Elizabeth is way better than going to a ceremony. Let's be honest.
I have a few things to prepare before the graduation.
Of course.
Elizabeth reminded Lucas that she needed to go back and prep for the graduation. Like I said before, like she could have said no to this. Lucas showing up on her doorstep in the morning must have been something important, and now Lucas told her what's going on with him, and now Elizabeth needed to go back, and Lucas respects that, and he's like, of course. And it's really nice that Lucas respects that Elizabeth has a job to go to and that she needed to continue her day. One more thing, when they were starting to walk back to the horses, like, do you see Lucas used to like brush his hair with his hand? Do you see that? I thought that was hot. I wonder if Chris Manali just added that in, you know? But yeah, I was like, okay, I see you.
Why don't we race back?
Shall we make it a wager?
Just bragging rights.
Fair enough.
But first, you'd really better tighten that cinch strap. No cheating!
They are very flirty with each other, playful, and you can see that again when Elizabeth told Lucas that they should race back together back into town. And Lucas like, oh, you want to bet money on it? Yeah, that's a really nice playful moment between the two.
Thank you for everything.
Thank you for understanding.
Nathan really listened to what Elizabeth had to say about Allie's future, her education, and the math program, and Nathan takes her recommendation very seriously and decided to put Allie in the math program, and Elizabeth was happy to hear that. The second thing, at the end of this scene, Nathan was really nice to say thank you to Elizabeth again for everything, and Elizabeth was an important person when Nathan and Allie came to Hope Valley for the first time. Elizabeth made sure that Allie adjusted to school and that Allie was comfortable to socialize and make new friends and make Hope Valley her home. And along with Nathan, Elizabeth said thank you, pause, for understanding. I'm like, I just feel like a little bit weird, awkward, because I feel like she had more to say, but I think she meant it like, thank you for listening to me and understanding why I recommended Allie to do this math program. Felt like there are so many unsaid words between the two of them.
I'm sorry again about the change in plans.
Don't apologize.
Jack's just been having a tough time recently.
There's no need to explain.
Let me know what you think. I might be wrong. I might be reading it wrong. So she still wanted to go to dinner with Lucas, but she changed the plan of the dinner. So instead of the saloon, she wanted to have dinner at her house. I mean, her have it inside her house, right? And we haven't seen Lucas step inside the house yet. So my prediction is, so if she changed the plans of the dinner, she wanted to have it at her house so she can stay close to little Jack just in case anything happened to him. But Lucas made it a big plan to have it outside in her backyard with the candles, the music, and the lovely dining set, and just the two of them.
What is it?
Have I told you how beautiful you look?
You have. A few times.
Elizabeth really appreciated the dinner and wanted to return the favor by helping with the cleaning. And when she stood up, I think it was just like that moment when Lucas just like, wow, you know, like Elizabeth standing in her dress was shown more, and Lucas just was awestruck and just falling for her really deeply in that moment. And he has this confidence where he compliments Elizabeth how beautiful she is, and I think that's a good sign, because it's really important for the men to compliment their girlfriends or wives and to remind them, you know, they look beautiful from time to time.
Tonight should be about us.
you'll thank him for bringing only one dessert. I enjoyed sharing.
I always enjoy sharing with you.
My question is, was that on purpose that they only had one dessert? I wonder whose idea it was. If it Lucas or Gustav. I don't know. By sharing a dessert, I mean, that's like a romantic vibe to it. Like, come on.
Feels like the first time in forever I haven't had something weighing on me. No papers to grade, no lessons to plan. And soon, I will be sending your mother, hopefully, the final edits of my manuscript.
It took a while for her to get to where she is now, and it's the end of the school year, and she just feels relief, freedom, and peace and joy that everything worked out well for her. Even though Jack died, she'd be able to go back to her other passion, which is writing. Like, her writing dream basically was hidden in a box, like out of the way ever since Jack died. And Lucas coming into her valley, Lucas opened that box again, and her passion, her love for writing came back to her. And I think she is grateful for that, and I think she's grateful for how good her life is right now and in that moment.
You have no idea how happy I am to be here with you.
Lucas like really comfortable with this already. He's like, you know what, we are in a dating relationship right now, and I'm really excited, and like, let's do this, you know? So he put his hand out, and Elizabeth just like starting to think like, wait, this is actually a dinner and a date, and I did tell him that it's an actual date, and I think it's shocker in a way, like, this is actually happening, like, this is really real, like, this is reality right now, and the school ended, and now I have a dating relationship with Lucas, and she's nervous too at the same time, because this is like the first time she dating again ever since she married Jack, and ever since his death. So this is like a whole new chapter for her.
Lucas, I will need us to take things slowly.
We have all the time in the world.
And then when she linked her hand with his, it's basically confirmation not only for herself, for him too, that she agreed to this, and that she is on the same page as him, that she is aware that they are in a relationship as boyfriend and girlfriend, even though it's still like in the early stage, but she is accepting that Lucas is becoming her boyfriend and vice versa. And she then became honest with him right away, and I'm so glad she did. She said, I need us to take it slow, and I think it's really important for her to say it early on, so Lucas knows what she is expecting out of this relationship and how she wants to proceed in this relationship. And look at the patient man that he is. He's willing to be patient with her and for her, and willing to take this relationship the way that she wanted to be, in that basically he giving her the remote control of this relationship. And one more thing, this is also important, when Lucas said we have all the time in the world, Elizabeth facial expression changed again. Like, Elizabeth was happy, and then she like got nervous, tied up when Lucas offered his hand, And then when Lucas said, "Don't worry about it, we have all the time in the world, I'm willing to wait, I'm willing to be patient with you," like her facial expression got changed again to a happier, smiling, and that's basically her feeling relieved and excited that they are on the same page in regard to this dating relationship. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you enjoyed this episode with me. Any thoughts, any opinions on any of these scenes, comment them below. Feel free to tell me what you think of this episode. It was a fun episode to look back on, and I can't wait for the next one. I hope you're having a great day. Thank you for your support. Once again, I will see you next time. Bye.